I'm going to change cameras and continue working, and it will be sped up and we'll slow it down in the crucial areas. But hopefully by today this project will be finished or completed. Okay, so this is a punch needle tapestry, rug, whatever you want to call it. It's done with a punch needle. It's for a client of mine. This is her trailer, since she's repainted it pink. She's going to make this into a pillow. She wanted to finish it, so I'm going to let her finish it, but I have to get this ready for that. So I need to leave at least a 1/2 inch salvage edge around this. It still needs some trimming. The pile needs to be trimmed a little bit more. I will do that after the finish is done. To do the back, you're going to need scissors. You're going to need something to move the backing around that you don't care about, that can be thrown away. You need 100% silicone. It has to be silicone. The acrylic is not rubbery enough for it to stay in place. And what I mean by stay in place is it will keep the tuft from coming, or the pile from coming undone, but it will not stop a rug from slipping. So if you're intent on using this for a rug, 100% silicone, a must. And of course, a caulking gun to remove the silicone from its tube. So to get started, I'm going to just come through here, and I've got to move some of this. I'm going to do what is called a salvage edge, which is I'm moving some of the warping back down towards the work, and it will tie it in nicely. All right, so now I've done that all the way around. if you can see. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an inch away from where I pulled the thread from. So an inch away, right along here, all the way around. There we go, we got that done. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take these corners and fold them and cut from the corner to just before I get to the corner of the piece. The stuff I'm showing you now, if it's something I learned on YouTube, I will say I've learned this on YouTube, but this, I've been doing these for years, and this, along with my drawing, my painting, my sculpting, all of that is self-taught. So I'm teaching you how I do it. I'm not teaching you how a normal teacher would teach you, because I don't know how they would do that. So here we go. I'm going to go through and make sure that the long bits are cut down. I don't want them cut all the way to the base, because that is the ends of each thread. I want it to be glued down really well. So I leave about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch on there. So here we go. Now we're going to open the caulking. And I went over the caulking gun yesterday, but I'll do it again quickly. This is a caulking gun. You have to have this to pull this off, okay? So in the gun, there is a hole, and usually it will cut your thing. I say usually because this one gave up on me about midway yesterday. Let's see if it'll do it on this. Because I use caulking for many different things. Oops, I gotta release this. So it gives me more space. There we go. It's supposed to just cut it right off, no fuss, no muss, but you know, when you use it a lot, it tends to die on you. So now you need it's a sealed container. So you have to puncture the seal that's on the inside of the tube. And you want to do that several times. Once you've done that, make sure that pusher arm is all the way back. Stick the butt of the tube in, and then pushing your thing, and there you go. And then put this out of your way if you can. There we go. So I am going to start in the corner right here. When you are taking a break or going to maneuver it, release that pressure off the back of the gun so it doesn't continue to spread out. You're going to spread this in a pretty much a thin layer. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to work on getting my salvage ends pasted down. So let's get that. Woo. And I want to work somewhat fast, because it doesn't take a whole lot of time, just a couple minutes for this stuff to dry. There we go. And I want it to be sticky for me to get these salvage ends in, and then I'll cover the whole thing again. This isn't super expensive. I think it's the cheapest caulk that the local home improvement shop had. But does have to be 100% silicone. So there you go. So I'm just going to get this all up here. And you have to remember when you're doing this, when you're setting it down, that you need an edge to sew on. So what I'm going to do is just put, and I really should be wearing gloves, hold on. Also, you want to work in a ventilated area. A well-ventilated area. There's ammonia gases that come off this silicone and it's nasty. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm folding the salvage edge to where it's back to solid, but the piece, the gathered edge, where I've gathered it together, is still flat on the front, showing on the front. That will give my client an edge to sew her pillow onto. So let's see. Up. Okay, now I'm going to take the spoon and I'm going to push these edges best that I can. So I'm putting a little pressure on the spoon as I push the product. You want to do that so it can get into the grain of your backing, whatever backing you're using. It's important because it holds your tufts in place. And that should be enough. So let's back this off a little bit more. And this is where your tape comes in. Make sure you get as much of it off of the tip as you can. Take your tape it over, make it sure it's nice and solid on the spout, and it will save it for another day. Let's put that over here. And now I'm just going to come through and keep working this. Working it through. I'll be working it over the edges that I just put in with the salvage and working it across. You got a dry spot, just pick it up from somewhere else and lay it down. At this point, if you have a maker's tag, which I've run out of mine, you'll put your maker's tag down on the back right now, because it's all glued, really. So you can glue your maker's tag in. You don't have to use white, you can use clear. The benefit to using clear is that you can put your maker's tag down and it will still be seen, even though you have caulking all over it. The white, you don't want to caulk over. I'm going to come back around this way. Something again up here. What I like about the white is that I can see where I've been. That is a plus. I can see where it's heavy. I can see whether it's made it into all the cracks and crevices. You could do both, I guess. Do your white first and then do a clear coat, but there you go. I'm going from all angles to make sure I've got it in all the respective spots. Where I haven't, I'm working it to make sure it gets in there. Because I want it to hold it in place. There we go. All right, There we go. Now you just let it dry, and we'll deal with the other later. Hey, I sure hope you enjoyed our video, and if you have, please push the like button down below. Why don't you subscribe? That way, every time we put up a new video, you'll know that we've got one up. Or share it. Well, actually, why don't you do all? Push the like button, subscribe, and share. Let us know you care. That kind of rhymed. Anyway, if you'd like to see more of us, you can by going to www.thebohogranny.com, or we are on Facebook. That is www.facebook.com/thebohogranny, or you can follow us on Twitter @thebohogranny. We love getting snail mail, so if you'd like to send us some of that, you can do that with the Boho Granny or the Boho Baby, care of Alissa DeAmonti, that's me, P.O. Box 24 in Edwards, Mississippi, 39066. And as always, if you send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, we will write you back. It might take a little bit, but you'll get it. Until then, I hope to see y'all down the road.